What's happening, financial coaches? It's Peter here. Want to read to you the next chapter of my book here, Be Discovered, How to Market Your Financial Coaching Business. We are now on chapter 21, and this is called Why I Don't Use the Word Empower. As you think about your discussions, tagline, and marketing copy, I want to talk to you about a word that makes me cringe, empower. Now, before you start running for the hills, hear me out. I often use the word myself, usually without even realizing it. I don't want my rant to get you uptight or stressed out about it either. One of the common problems for new coaches is that when we see something in a training resource, we tend to take it very literally and become paralyzed by it. Remember when you were told never to use the word why in coaching training? It's supposed to be a judgmental word, and by the end of most coaching courses, coaches are scared to death that they might slip up and use it in a conversation. You can't help but think that by asking a question with it, you're essentially saying, that seems like an obviously wrong decision. What crazy circumstances got you to make that massively bad choice? Spoiler alert, I ask why all the time, so I don't want you to feel that way about empower either. However, replacing empower with something better could be helpful. Coaches often say things like, I empower people to achieve their financial goals, or I empower people to find financial freedom. Some companies even have empower in their name, while others make it part of their tagline. So this isn't just a situation of homebrew businesses being behind the times. You might actually be ahead of the curve if you choose something else. However, when you say, I empower you, it implies that you're granting power as if you have some magic to bestow upon them. Think of it this way. A king rules his kingdom, but when he leaves, he empowers someone to rule in his stead. The temporary ruler doesn't become a king. They're just empowered while the king is gone. When the king returns, the power is taken back and the temporary ruler loses their power. The same could be said for a boss who empowers a team member to make certain decisions, or a parent who empowers a babysitter. As financial coaches, we don't give and permit people power. We help them find their own power. I can't change your behavior. I can only help you change it. You may have heard the term catalyst. A catalyst activates change without changing itself. For example, a catalytic converter converts engine exhaust into less noxious gases, but remains unchanged. In my opinion, that's a better descriptor of what we do as financial coaches. I can't give you my power as a financial coach. Instead, we collaborate, and I'll help you find your power. It might involve helping you believe in your abilities or get better informed, but ultimately your change will be under your own steam. Our goal as coaches is to help people tap into their own power. Does this mean empower is a bad word? No, it's all about how we interpret it. Sometimes saying I empower you means helping someone find their own power. However, we don't want to take on the role of hero, guru, or expert and imply that working with us grants them the ability to achieve something. Instead, we're guides helping them find their own way. They must believe that they have the power, strength, and skill set to achieve their goals. Once our relationship ends, they must independently continue budgeting, saving, investing, or downsizing. I've noticed that empower gets misused so often that some dictionaries are starting to adjust or add an additional definition. But I still don't love the word. While I don't avoid using it entirely, I usually use equip in its place. I want to equip people to make a change or achieve financial freedom. That way, they have everything they need regardless of whether I'm there in the future. It's a small change, but it highlights that we are catalysts for people finding change. So the next time you find yourself about to say empower, take a moment to consider if equip might be a better fit. It's a subtle shift, but it can make a difference in how your clients perceive their abilities and potential for success. After all, our job as financial coaches is to be the spark that ignites their own inner fire, not the fuel that keeps it burning. So I wrote this because I see empower all the time. New coaches love the word because there is power in the word empower. And so I think it sounds like a powerful word. If I were going to pick a word that sounded exciting, I would probably want excite in it, right? Excite credit union or excite technology. And we like the idea of being powerful and having power and mastering power and all these other things. And so empower sounds like an obvious choice, but when you look at that definition, that's not what it means. It means loaning power or giving someone authority for a temporary period of time. And so I don't love the word because of that. And I think that if you're on the receiving end of that and someone says, hey, I'm going to empower you, it sounds like I'm in a position of authority. I know we as practitioners might like it because it makes us sound good, but think about being on the receiving end of that. Think about your boss saying, hey, you know what? I really like what you've done. I'm going to empower you for the next month to run the team, or I'm going to empower you to speak on behalf of the company at the next conference, and then I'll do the one after that, or whatever it might be. I don't think a lot of people think about the people on the receiving end of the word and how it sounds maybe a little unempowering or kind of makes people feel powerless or maybe not up to snuff or educated enough or good enough, right? That they're kind of being led by someone who's better than them. So that's why I really don't like it. And that's why I really use the word equip. And I'll be honest, there are many times when I'm writing something or saying something and I use the word. It's not like I go back and I'm like, oh, you know what, forget that word, let me use some other word. It's just something we use and obviously people understand it. But when I have the choice, when I'm writing something out, you really won't see empower anywhere on my website, anywhere on my marketing materials, my press releases. You might if you do a thorough audit of it, but I didn't mean to put it in there. If I type out the word empower, I usually delete it and really write equip because I'm trying to give people tools, access to things, or knowledge about things so that they have their own power to do that. So that's really my point in here. And I think a lot of people, when they think about it, they say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I don't really want to use the word empower, even though so many people use it. And I don't think it really helps people. So think about your word choices sometimes and really what do you want to be known for? And I think the more you think about empower, the more you know about the word empower, the less you'll probably use it yourself. So hopefully that helps. I'll see you later.